Don't let it take an accident for you to know you have purpose. Guys, if I didn't get in that accident, I would have never started working on my career. I would have never been able to recently acquire my LLC. Why? My mind was on money. I'm being honest with you. I suspect, a huge amount of your purpose exists within who you were earlier. Why? You didn't have constraints. You were free. All right, there we go. Bigger than that, we have purpose. But it's that keep it pushing attitude, that same keep it pushing attitude that pushed me almost to a point of no return. By the end of this presentation, I hope that you will learn how to discover, activate, and then finally embody it. I want you to live through it, hopefully. Awesome. So why don't we clap it up for yourselves for being here? Come on, we're almost at the end of the day. You guys tired yet? Tired yet? Everybody ready to go home? Let me see your hand. Be honest. Be honest. I'm a little tired. Okay. I thought we was going. Let's be real here. Okay. Awesome. So we'll go ahead and get started. Guys, today this is I'm Here for a Purpose. Thank you for joining me. Really, this is going to be a journey towards personal fulfillment, helping you on your journey. I believe that we are all here for a purpose, all right? And so I'm super excited to be here. Frantic and distraught, the woman didn't know where to turn. But thanks to a friend and divine timing, the woman found herself in a church where an elderly matriarchal pastor offered to pray and fast with the woman. This was a big uproar in the church because it wasn't typical for a pregnant woman, especially at this stage. But reluctant and scared to the process, the woman agreed to go through with it. And it was this time, during this time in this process, that the baby committed his first heartbeat. Guys, today I want to share with you that baby was me. That story about that young woman was a story of my mother, coming from Trinidad. First generation woman coming into the country as a young immigrant, determined to do more, determined to set a life for herself. Many of us may share the same stories or not. By sharing my story, the goal is that I encourage you to find power in yours. Does that make sense? And so I share this, though, at the same time, to set the tone for our conversation today when we speak about purpose. My mom, when told that her first son, third child, had no heartbeat, went through pain. It was painful to figure out where she would go next. Through my time growing up, my mom translated this pain to me, which has then been a part of my story and my own pain. Right? But I didn't want to stop here to share this with you, that I'm one of 8. I'm an older sibling. I'm an older brother, which as we speak about men of color, which we have presentations this morning, which I know some guys here are familiar with, right? There's some keys to your purpose that may exist here when you are learning how to be in the world. Real quick, I'm inviting you to pull your child self. I suspect a huge amount of your purpose exists within who you were earlier. Why? You didn't have constraints. You were free. Tell me what you got packed away that you, before we even get into this presentation, I'll just tell you right now, right? Like, tell me what you have packed away that you have to share with someone. That song in your heart, that little recipe you keep getting attracted to because you know you like being in the kitchen, but it's not manly maybe in some spaces, right? I like being with my hands, I'm good with my hands since young. You was building stuff since young. Ask your parents, ask the people who built you. Touch base with who you were, domestication, right? But then it'll help you with your self-discovery, okay? So that's what I'm thinking about. By the end of this presentation, I hope that you will learn how to discover your purpose, and identify, activate. You gotta activate it. So it's not enough to discover. That's good. So you gotta activate it. You gotta turn that thing on, like the lights. Turn it on. We all knew it was lights in here, but if somebody didn't press the switch, you wouldn't see nothing, right? Activate it, and then finally embody it. I want you to live through it, hopefully. And so what's the purpose of a seed in general? To grow. So where it needs to, right? And so this specific seed, the bamboo tree seed, its purpose is to grow to something like this. What's the average on how tall they grow?
15 to 30 feet.
Wow, 15 to 30 feet tall. I'm saying, hey, I have this vision that I want to inspire and transform lives and help young people and speak to their purpose and help them activate their self. Well, it sounds like you should be a social worker. I like you to be a counselor, That sounds great with all due respect to all the professions in the room. And I think those are amazing careers. I just felt that it didn't speak to my story enough. It didn't speak to who I am. It didn't speak to my purpose. And I want you to know that if you have a bamboo tree in your heart, but some people try to make you feel this, or maybe you are a seed, I want you to know that you have purpose, even as a seed. That purpose exists within the product. So the manufacturer, before they send it out, activated it already. Right? Whatever you believe your purpose comes from, understanding that, can I encourage you to believe that you already have it?
Destiny is whatever makes you angry. That's your purpose and your destiny.
Doing what you necessarily have to do for yourself, do for your future, for your growth, connecting with people the way you feel like you have to connect to them with, and not because it's ingrained into you because of your family background.
Beautiful. And what was your background again? Can you repeat that?
West African.
Beautiful.
Senegal and Guinea.
Oh, wow, beautiful. Graduated in 2019, right before COVID, right? I took an extra semester, non-traditional, 4.5 semesters, changed my major every year in graduation. I always felt that I had something on my heart, but didn't know how to translate it. What I'm passionate about can't be translated through major, at least at the school I went to. And that became a struggle for me to speak with to advisors. And so what I had to do was keep my passion in front of me to bring me through the obstacles, which is what we'll get into as well. Right, but as you guys are speaking, I'm reminded of my journey. I graduated right before COVID. I wanted to pursue my master's. That didn't work out. Shortly after COVID came, I said, God, you probably don't want me to do school. School probably for me, not for me right now, because online just wasn't a thing for me. I couldn't do it. So I had to take a step back from my plans that I had. And I had to stay on the couch 8 months with a friend. And then I had to get promoted in my restaurant job. That was originally just a college side gig. But then I got my first role as an area coordinator in a college for Resmont. And then I got promoted as assistant director. And I did 2.5 years in total from each school. Why am I telling you this? Guys, at my second role, I went through an experience that I never felt before. Mentally, I didn't feel intact. I experienced some pain that I hadn't felt before. It was like a headache, like a migraine, but it was so sharp that I was aware. I'm pretty in tune with my body. I could use better sleep. I could do, like the normal stuff, but I couldn't figure out where it was coming from. But I knew one thing, and I knew that I was working hard. Like normal, since young. I've been working since I'm 16. My jobs, it's nothing new. Especially coming out of Brooklyn, New York, fast paced, you do a lot, no big deal, keep it moving, keep it pushing. But it's that keep it pushing attitude, that same keep it pushing attitude, that pushed me almost to a point of no return. What did I do? I ended up seeing a neurologist, guys. I went so far as to go to see a neurologist. Yo, doc, I think something wrong with my brain. No, but you're the youngest cat in here, man. You're the healthiest. Doc, I appreciate the compliments. I ain't here to, I feel like something wrong. You guys ever felt pain? Come on now, come on, somebody talk to me. We felt pain. You guys felt pain in whatever way, right? When you feel that pain, don't it hurt if somebody trying to tell you, nah, man, right? Yeah. What you mean? I'm in pain, right? And so that's how I felt mentally. I'm being vulnerable with you guys here to kind of paint this picture. And so when I think about how I had to choose me and choose my purpose and find purpose through the pain, it involved me having to take a leap to resign. This is how it looked realistically, right? Let's bring it to real terms. I had to resign, check this out, from my highest paying job ever. Right, this recent, guys, this last year. I'm a young guy, just like you guys, man, just trying to make it. So I just want to make it real. It ain't all, I put the, this is how I want to present, but I want to be real. Like, it take a lot, just like it take a lot for y'all, right? And it's a lot of work that go into it. What do I mean by that? I'm not a quitter. It's hard for me to let go of something that I ain't necessarily choose to. What you mean headaches? Hold on, I still got room to finish. I was planning to do 2 years of this thing. I got salaries to get. I got goals to meet. Hold on, but wait a second. Taking care of yourself becomes priority, no matter what. Right, so I left the job, guys. I left the job, highest paying gig. They took care of my housing and meal plan. Can somebody say that sound good?
Sounds good.
Okay, would you like housing and meal plan? Be honest. Yeah. Housing, meal plan covered. I got you. As long as you show up to work, though, I got you. Right? Yeah. Dream come true, at least for me, and that's what I want to work for. My body said I can't take it anymore. Why do I think it was that? I'm not just speaking, guys. When I left, a couple months after, guys, I'm happy to stand in front of you guys and tell you I haven't felt that feeling since. I was doing a lot of things, right? And I'll be honest, it was hard to gauge where this is coming from, right? I'm dealing with mom back home. I told y'all earlier in my story, single parent, older brother, a lot going on. My mom told me about your brothers. There's a lot on my plate, right? Obviously, we social, we trying to link up with friends, we trying to socialize. Come on now, we young people in general, and I'm trying to still get the goals achieved. There's a lot of stuff, but where's it coming from? The jobs that a lot of you guys are going into, I don't know what it might be, but I know just by y'all being in this room today, it's going to involve a lot of responsibility. It's going to involve a lot of commitment. Why? I know this because y'all are superstars. Y'all in the building. Man, even if you wasn't in the building, man, I want you to take this conversation further. Mom said that earlier, right? What makes you angry? So if you find yourself picking apart certain things, man, you better write that down. You better write that down. You might be a scientist in that area, right? But it's interesting because sometimes our culture tells us that that's not cool, right?
So what makes me angry is the improper care of children. Because I grew up in an environment where I seen my mother go to the fullest extent to make sure that the kids that came into her home were well provided for, well taken care of, and well impacted at that. So I think the solution within that would be, at some point in time in my life, to have a business or a daycare that transitions from what my mother did into my own life, because that did make me happy being around that environment.
Beautiful, beautiful.
I tend to like have anger issues and like nitpick at the smallest thing. So I find that as like more of me having an issue with like myself and picking on my imperfections.
Sure. Beautiful. Yeah. Her story is part of mine and vice versa. But we can't ignore what I need as well. Right? I grew up with no dad. I mean, that's just the reality of it. I don't have a male figure. I was the male figure in my house. But the lack of a male, what that does to a lot of us growing up, right? I had a stepdad. Shout out to my stepdad. He showed me a lot of what I would connect, as childhoods and things of that nature. But then he had to leave. But the conversations, guys, these right here, I've noticed in my life that I need a male mentor, that I need somebody who can help me with navigation. How do I talk about this negotiation? How do I brand myself and market myself as a young professional? Mom, I love you. I love you. You've done everything you needed to do. Honestly, you're the reason I'm here. But the love, this is not the love's assignment. Like, the love don't fit here. And that's fair. And so I respect that, man. That's what that made me think. And then when I think about what you share, brother, detail-oriented, attention to detail, right? Keep paying attention to that, man. I'm also like a perfectionist. That can take you many places, man. I edit videos from time to time for my own content. You got to pay attention to detail, right? Anything, musician, anything, right? So there's a bunch of things. Guys, quick story here as we wrap up. Late December, I told you guys I resigned. I resigned in the fall, right? So late December, I was out of a job, looking for work, and I was just really frustrated, right? We talk about cultural pressure, societal pressure. If you don't have a career, this is all great, but a lot of us after this, we about to figure out how we get that next bag, correct? Right? Can we get it correct? Correct. I mean, that's just it, right? That's what we got to do. What we're speaking about today is to not let that consume you. To do it, but to do it with intention. To do it with purpose. To do it with meaning. But I was in a space where money was on the front of my mind, to be transparent. I felt like I was going backwards because I wasn't getting my check anymore. So I left and I felt good mentally, but I'm like, damn, stuff not moving financially. Pressure. I look for ways and resources to get paid. But now I know what I'm looking for. I've had a leadership role. I've had a supervisory role. Managing Res Life, I managed a whole campus, right? All the buildings on campus, 14 RAs, so 14 young people and their populations. Hey, how's your students doing? How's the bulletin boards coming? Oh, hey, how you doing in class, right? So we checking on all of that. You guys have your license? If you have your license, then your driver's license. Okay. Would you say it's common for one to have license in the city? Yes or no? No, not really, right? Public trans take care of you, right? But you do, but I'm saying it's not common. So you go upstate New York, everybody asking you, where's your license? I'm like, bro, I took the train all my life. It's struggling to get the license. I was able to get it, so now the next step becomes get your vehicle. Where's your vehicle? Like, damn, I just went so hard to get the license. Right? Look for that, we got a rental opportunity. I was able to find that opportunity. I got a rental vehicle, I'm like, perfect. This is exactly what I'm looking for. I'll be able to drive on my own terms, deliver food. I don't have to see too much people, but I still do my customer service that I like. It was a perfect balance. Had it for a week. The car came with all these issues, y'all. Like battery dead, lights turning off. It was snowstorming out there. I had no heat in the car. I'm driving, ice storm. I'm talking about real stuff. Be careful what you ask for. All right? And it was just like, okay, you wanted a car, we'll get you a car. But here's how it's gonna come. I was able to finally get all the issues fixed. I was working with the owner, he was really good, working with me, supporting me, and I was able to get the car fixed and it was rolling smooth. This is the day before I got to return it. I reserved it for 7 days. Guys, on the 6th day, December 27, 2022, of last year, right before the new year, life-changing accident, guys. Life-changing accident in this vehicle. We're wrapping up right now. First time renting a vehicle, first time with this opportunity. I just came off resigning. I'm in a space where I'm like, okay, stuff is moving forward. I found an opportunity, I'm good, I'll be all right. The car that hit me spun around 360. First thing I thought, I'm like, it's somebody got killed. And I believe I was exercising complete caution. I'm driving, you know, but you just don't know. The loud bang is just a flirt. Everybody asks you okay? I'm just like, hold on, I don't even know. It's my first accident. First time, guys, December 27th, right before the new year. Right before the new year. Almost didn't make it here, guys. Guys, I gotta be real. Why do I show this? 1997, doctors said no heartbeat. Counted me out before I was here. But it's all right, no fault to them. They did their job. I mean, I had no heartbeat, right? All right, there we go. Bigger than that, we have purpose. There's a purpose. Don't let it take an accident for you to know you have purpose. Guys, if I didn't get in that accident, I would have never started working on my career. I would have never been able to recently acquire my LLC. Why? My mind was on money. I'm being honest with you. If I didn't take that moment to step back, and I walked out of there, and I said, well, what in the world? A few inches higher, because it took the bumper, well, a few inches higher, driver's seat. Officer actually woke me up, I got the ticket. I said, officer, that's a whole other story, guys, but the ticket ended up getting dismissed. I'm gonna just tell y'all, when you're here for a purpose, when you believe that you have purpose, right? Your perception's gonna change. If I didn't take that moment to slow down, some of us gonna have to get in a crash to slow down. That's just the reality. But I'm hoping that I might be able to step in your story for a second and help you slow down, brother, slow down. It's all right, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. Feel pressure, I know it. I'm telling you I have the pressure. Still got that sometimes. I got rant, I got all kinds of stuff, but I'm gonna put that behind me and understand that purpose. I'm gonna turn my pain to purpose. If I didn't take that moment to slow down. Guys, I walked out that accident. I'm grateful to save guys with little to no scratches. Can we cut that up? Come on now. Anybody been in an accident before? All right. We got some folks that may be able to relate. I appreciate your time today. I appreciate that, man. I'm John Johnson. Thank you so much for listening. The jobs that a lot of you guys are going into, I don't know what it might be, but I know just by y'all being in this room today, it's going to involve a lot of responsibility. I'm going to put that behind me and understand that purpose. I'm going to turn my pain to purpose. If I didn't take that moment to slow down. Guys, I walked out that accident. I'm grateful to save guys with little to no scratches. Can we cut that up? Come on now.